mean, nothing else we could do except jump right into it. This nightmare. This nightmare had a reprieve, but it's back to being.
We had 6 good days.
Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey,
I feel like we should start this episode with like that sad horn, where it's like bum bum bum.
The Price is Right. You lost horn.
That is what that is.
Wow.
Things were so great last week. I wish we could go back.
It all started with UMass losing to BC, Liam. It all started with that. And it's all been downhill from there. Patriots get eliminated, and Trevor Story's shoulder is barbecue chicken.
No, it's his elbow.
Did I say shoulder?
You did say shoulder, yeah.
I meant elbow.
Okay.
Although, if you're talking like food, it would have made more sense for it to be a shoulder. You know what I mean? Like a pork shoulder sort of deal, What were you going to say, Liam?
I was going to say...
That's in Trevor Story, by the way.
I can't even remember now. Something about Trevor Story. Oh, it was about the surgery. So I guess they put like a brace in it, so it wasn't like traditional Tommy John.
Yeah, it was like baby's first Tommy John.
No, well, it's new. So Tommy John,
that's
take
what it
it
sounded
out,
like. Right,
and put a new one in.
Exactly.
But this they strengthen with a brace, I think, is what you said. The old UCL, so they don't remove anything now. They just put new shit in.
It was Timmy Joe surgery.
Sure.
Liam laughed, but thank you, Liam. Again, in memory of Trevor Story, aka Liam, I am Mark Loretta, aka Fitz, and joined by taking the dust. Did it even have time to collect dust on the shelf, Jake? It's over, parentheses again, a.k.a. Jake. We are Pod on Lansdowne. Thank you for joining us for another... I wonder if this is going to be another therapy session episode, or is this just going to be like us kind of just laughing, smoking a cigarette in the back, being like, it's over, you fools. It's totally done.
We're at the point in the offseason where I don't even know where to begin as far as like the pivot now. Like, what's even left? There's no... I have no... base for where...
I'll tell you what's left, Buckaroo.
They could go.
Starting in center field, number 40, Jaron Duran. Hope you're ready. I totally just echoed there.
Yeah, I don't know if you like lagged or whatnot, but I heard that too.
I don't think I did. Someone lagged.
Okay, then
Mine
I'm
was
back.
totally fine.
I'm back.
Oh, it was you, Jake?
Yeah.
We found it.
I lost it in my ears.
Look at us, Liam. Some regular detective Benoit Blanc figured out the. What you are proposing is that your internet access was corrupted.
I don't know where they go from here. I mean,
Iggy's got to be coming home, right?
Like, are they gonna have tryouts for middle infielders? Like, they're gonna bring all these guys out of the woodwork in spring training with like spring training invites.
It sucks that Meyer isn't 1 year older.
Yeah, you mentioned in the group chat.
That was a joke, but I think if he was a year older, they'd be like, yeah, whatever.
Don't let him drown. Yeah, let him get his sea legs and double. And
I was kidding. It was a joke.
Just bring them all up. Who needs a fun?
Bring up. Yeah, no, there's
Valdez,
nothing. Huh?
Good chance he's
Valdez. Yeah, probably. Is he on the 40 man?
I think he is now.
I think so. Yeah, right.
Yeah, why not? I guess.
Had to have been protected from Rule 40, right?
Literally, whatever. It doesn't.
He's got a bat. I don't know.
I mean, I said it last week. Like, this is a bridge year, but now it is very clear that this is a bridge year now.
Yeah, right. I knew it all along. No, I'm not bragging about that. Yeah. You just get fucking straight into it, I guess. With this, listen. You don't want to. You can't force someone to get a surgery if they don't want to get a surgery, right?
No. Listen, to be fair,
in case you have no idea what just happened, Trevor Story is going to be out for what Jeff Passan believes to be at least 4 to 6 months. Chaim Bloom suggested that we may not even get him back in 2023.
That's got to be Chaim just not.
That's got to
be Chaim just not wanting to set expectations, right? I mean, that seems absurd.
It has to be.
Yeah,
He's playing it
because
safe.
if that timetable is real, just get Tommy John. Like, what difference?
just
does
get
it
full
make?
Tommy John. Right?
Yeah.
That's that full, like, I don't know if it was a press conference or if he just like hopped on a call with some journalists this afternoon to talk about the surgery, but I mean, just talk about lying through your teeth. They were like, yeah, we had no idea, like his elbow or his throwing arm or whatever.
Well, it sounds like Trevor and the Red Sox were convinced that they could kind of rehab it,
which is
in the
fine,
offseason.
but it's also like I don't understand the point of going back on, like, oh, we had no idea this guy's arm was banged up before we signed him, because yes, you did. Everybody did. I'm not like putting that on Story at all, but it sounded like a lot of backtracking from Heim today. Is all I'll say. But
It just feels like a weird time to make this the shit or get off the pot moment, like rehabbing and resting sort of deal. Like, again, it's Trevor Story's own decision as Jake dips out again.
Jake.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Jake has gone into the abyss, as has Trevor Story's elbow. It's like, you can't force him to get a surgery, but why wait up until this juncture? Why was this the decision point? I guess maybe to make sure you don't lose the entire season, just make the call now. It's just, and Craig Goldstein brought up this point on Twitter. Shout out to him. If you knew that this was a possibility, if you knew that there was a possibility of your shortstop missing even half of the season due to this Timmy Joe surgery, why wasn't there a harder pursuit for Bogaerts? You knew going into this that there was a situation where Trevor Story's arm, shoulder, elbow, you name it, whatever it is, was going to be weaker. If there's no surgery involved. So if you knew that, why was there not already a contingency plan?
Fitz, I can answer that. I don't think they had any real interest in Bogaerts from like day one of free agency.
Well, then some sort of contingency plan. Because
Okay,
if you're telling me that the contingency plan is Jose Iglesias,
I mean, were there any
everywhere.
mid-level free agent? I'm asking because I don't remember, but like there was the big four.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday, dude. You're expecting
There was the big four. Was there like
maybe like Gene Segura, if you're thinking of him,
Yeah.
but like he wasn't going to play shortstop.
that is what I'm thinking of. I guess
Someone of that caliber, though.
I mean, what gets me is that, like, as soon as Bogaerts signed with San Diego, like, it sounds like Story was getting ready to play shortstop, and that's when he started to feel something in his arm. So it's not a great sign that as soon as he starts throwing, I don't know, 10, 15 more feet across the diamond, his elbow implodes.
It's kind of funny. Like
it's just like it's the worst case scenario. Everything that went wrong
news
has gone wrong.
It's like the Family Guy Star Wars bit. As long as they don't have any of those robot camels. Jim, robot camels. The robot camels is the flare-ups in the shoulder. Hi,
but like this was the whole thing we talked about last winter when they signed Story. They were like, great, he'll play second base. Like we didn't really see him as a replacement for Bogaerts, but he could be if we wanted him to. But we all knew like his arm was kind of toast. So we're like, great, second base is his spot. And then as soon as Bogaerts leaves, they're like, all right, you're the shortstop. And then as soon as he gets that title, that job promotion, the arm's out on him.
He coughs it right back up.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. I mean, it's just frustrating.
His elbow says no, thank you.
I do feel bad for Trevor. He's had a rough offseason in terms of just people ragging on him, and obviously, like, this isn't any of his fault. The team's really put him in this position, but like, well, every time something goes wrong, it feels like there was just some lack of planning.
Yeah, self-inflicted, unforced errors.
Yeah, exactly.
Every issue, every bad move Heim and the front office have made, like I would say very few of them, aside from, I guess, the Mookie trade, I would say very few of his moves he's made are bad in a vacuum. It's when you look at them with the other things that have occurred
that
it's
are
like,
going
oh,
on.
It's like, oh, that sucks. Like, it's never. I don't think any. I'm trying to think of other trades, but it's just like stuff. There's no. And it sucks because I said this 5 days ago. I was like, maybe I'm starting to see the plan. I don't know. If you knew this was a problem, I guess I don't see the plan now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say like the roster as is can't stay afloat until Memorial Day or like mid-June, but I'm not banking on it. I'm
just fucking go belly up right away, Liam.
They could lose 20. They could lose 15, 20 games in April, and you're already behind the 8 ball, big time.
Because now you're already without your probably best source of speed, one of your best sources of pop when he's on, good range, mobility defensively. Again, the arm is beyond a concern at this point. A tough situation has already presented itself, but again, in terms of his range, he's good. He can cover a lot of ground up the middle.
Absolutely. He's probably.
He's on a 4-year
He's got better
deal
range than Bogarts, I would
with,
say.
with an option, with options, right?
I think that's right.
Jamie, can we look that up?
Jamie, pull up the Trump impressions.
I'm just thinking as far as like, if he's fucked after this,
which I'm not kind of like, we saw him last year. He looked fine. We need a shortstop. That's the problem now.
Yeah, Jose Iglesias. What's wrong with that dude? Duh, he's a shortstop.
He's finally getting his chance 10 years after the fact.
Yeah, I said it once. I'll say it again. You might as well just bring Mike Avila's in here too to light a fire under his ass. You know,
just get it going.
Kim on the Padres is such a perfect fit.
So
I don't understand why it hasn't happened.
So they have to trade him.
So okay, I agree. In a vacuum, he would be an ideal fit. Kim, an attainable fit. The question is, what do you give up for him? Because that still adds a ton of depth to San Diego's bench when they have World Series aspirations. They need that depth.
I think he's too good to sit on a bench, though.
I think he's too.
Yeah, like that's kind of like a super sub sort of deal.
Like, so you have to go get ass. Like, if you're the Padres, that's a waste of a roster spot. In the sense that, like, he's not going to play enough. He's too good. You could go get pitching or something for him. I mean, I don't think he's this good. He had a great year, but he was worth more than 5 WAR last year. Like, so that's a damn good player.
No, exactly, and a lot of that comes from the defense. He's a wizard with the glove.
Yeah.
But hell, I mean, that clearly that has its a value of its own. That's quite valuable, especially at shortstop. That's you need good defense there. So let me ask you, just if you're Chaim Bloom, you're sitting in his office, it's a Freaky Friday situation. You want to call up one AJ Preller. What are you offering the dads? What to go get Kim? What do you want to get?
I would do Houck plus a mid-level prospect.
So I think that's.
I think it starts with Houck, the conversation.
Yeah. I think
the Padres would need one more piece, but I think Houck plus a mid-level prospect.
So, I was going to say
Houck
someone
like
Nick 20 York. To 40 in the prospect.
Ooh, yeah, I don't know. Nick York.
I do Nick York.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What's his control?
You look that up. Let me bring this up with Houck though, because I mean we've seen flashes of Houck be really good in the rotation.
Oh gosh.
And his fastball slider combination suggests that could be really effective out of the bullpen too. The question I have: do we all see Tanner Houck as a bullpen guy going forward? Because I think the assumption is that he will be. I don't think it's so easy of an assumption though. I know Garrett Whitlock has projected to be a starter, and I think that's probably the right move. But Whitlock has been money out of the bullpen. Would you just ride full-time with Whitlock in the rotation and Houck being a bullpen guy, at least for this year, then probably for the near future as well? Would you roll with that? Because if you do, that makes it easier to give up a Tanner Houck.
I mean, I
think.
I go back to last season when everything got messed up in terms of the rotation and the bullpen. When a certain man named Hanner Tauk, rhymes with, couldn't make the trip to Toronto, and
team player,
and that to me that's where like everything.
I totally forgot about that,
because then they had to skip him.
They blew 2 saves in that.
Yeah,
series
it's
too.
just like that's
not
really
that. I mean, what did we blow 30? Not that.
Yeah,
was like,
at the end of the day, that wasn't like
Yeah.
a real make or break situation for the team last year. But to me, I really would have liked them to just commit to Whitlock and Houck, like just either or, like stop moving them around, like just do it and see if it works.
Commit to
and
a
that's
plan.
what they're gonna do with Whitlock this year, which cool, I'm fine with.
I was soured on
around,
Houck. I was soured on Houck when that happened.
I don't think we've seen. I don't feel like we saw him at all last year.
I think it was funny in his position, especially to not get vaccinated to go on that trip because he was like just settling into like being really valuable for like it's one thing when like Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt didn't do it on the Cardinals. It's like
right,
they're fine. Like, they're gonna be fine.
This is a guy trying to like stick with a major league roster.
Yeah, he's like nah,
and stick in the rotation. I mean,
I don't. It sucks because I'm not ready to really give up on. I know we'd be getting assets for, but I'm not ready to. Like, I would love to see him pitch like for 2 months maybe, and just kind of see what you can get there. But
when he has Jose Iglesias behind him at shortstop, he's gonna look so great because Iglesias.
But I think you need to make that move before opening day, or a move like that.
And the Padres probably could use the pitching help, so I think it's a kind of a win-win sort of a deal.
I gotta. Oh, and so Kim, I'm wondering if either of you can explain this to me because I know when foreign players come over and they're like older, like it's weird. So he's signed through 2024 on a 4-year, $28 million deal, but then he's arbitration eligible
for the next
in 25 and 26, I think.
Yeah, he's just older, but 6 years of service time before you become an unrestricted free agent. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah.
Yep. That's all. They basically his 4th year. They've basically just ate his first year of arbitration.
Okay, great.
So you see a young guy.
Yeah, I'm all in. Though. I'm all in then.
How much is he making per year? Like the way you just broke it up, like 8,
he's
7?
Making what a 28.
I'm gonna say 28. Okay.
28.
Is it backloaded?
Pardon me. This is Jose Iglesias. I'm now looking at. 4 years, 28. So.
Just a straight fee, 7, not backloaded.
That doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's just more money, towards.
Well, as far as like
the end of the contract,
as far as like the luxury tax and stuff, it's the AAV, right?
No, it's per year.
Are you sure?
Right?
Fitz,
I think it might be.
I'm
AAV.
like almost certain
Is it
you're
really
wrong.
only AAV? That wouldn't make any sense though. If the money goes up, and if it goes by year. You know what I mean? That wouldn't make sense.
No, but that's so that it's AAV so that teams can't completely
front load or back load.
Like front load or back load, yeah, because it doesn't matter as far as.
I guess that makes sense. Okay, I learned something today.
Okay.
How about that?
Well,
if it's
I think it'd be a great move. I think it'd be a great move because he could just play either middle infield position all the time. It'd be a good move.
Have him play both.
Yeah, whatever.
And you figure out the Meyer situation when he comes up, right? You don't worry about that.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm not even. He's not even in the picture this year.
And it's a tradable asset too. If Meyer comes up and he is that guy, and Story,
he's got control. He's got another 2 years
solid after the surgery. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, surgery. Or Story rather is fine up the middle after this elbow surgery. Even as he gets a little bit older, he's still productive. And another team needs middle infield help. You could feasibly flip that contract. And you could also take on that contract without it completely hindering any of your plans for next offseason and the offseason after that. You're already going to be having a ton of money coming off of the book. Sale is not going to be part of the long-term picture, at least with that contract. You're going to have more money freed up in a $7 million hit average annual value. That's not really going to put too much of a dent in, especially if he's going to be a super utility player or a guy who plays up the middle for you for 2 years or so. So with that considered, I think I would be fine with giving up a Tanner Houck. I know that the pitching depth was something that bit the Red Sox in the ass last year, but they've done a good job building that back up. They have some other options. It seems like they really have probably about 6 guys right now who could start in the rotation, arguably 7. But With that in mind, I would be okay with giving up Houck if it meant getting someone like him. It would be funny to trade him to Toronto, though. That's just an objectively funny bit.
I think what's most maddening to me though is like if you look at the roster how it is now. Okay, Arroyo's at second base, shortstop's a question mark. You can move Kike there, but then center field's a question mark.
Is there an outfielder that we know that is kind of
young guy?
Radar?
Tommy Pham's still out there.
No, I'm really all set. Who did you say, Fitz?
Young guy. He's considered to be fast. Left-handed hitter. Someone like that.
Shut up.
Yeah. I will kill myself.
Yeah, I can't.
If Duran and Dahlbeck are on this roster on opening day.
Oh, they'll be on the roster. It's a matter if they're going to be in the lineup.
They can't even.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
He would not want to hear us using pronouns. Let me tell you that
right now. My pronouns are dropped in balls. That's what Jaron says. Ha-Seong Kim, just to put it out there before you continue, Liam, just a quick thing on Ha-Seong Kim. Have to go to his Savant page, of course. 42nd percentile ex-WOBA, but again, you're not really acquiring him for his offense. He can provide you, he can have like a nice little spurt here or there, but that's any player. 95th percentile outs above average. And also, if you were looking for something encouraging at the plate, doesn't really swing and miss that much, too much. Doesn't strike out. Will at least put the ball in play when he gets out. But he's also gonna
He had 100 Ks last year. That's not nothing.
76th percentile K percentage. I think he had a huge.
People strike out so fucking much in the MLB.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was also the whole Tatis situation. His ABs skyrocketed from 2021, right. So it was more of a sample size for him there, leading to more strikeouts. Of course, again, he's not going to wow you offensively, but hey, if he can save those runs on the other end. Again, that's clearly valuable. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Liam. What were you going to say? I think that's the third time I've said, what are you going to say there, Liam?
No,
this episode.
No, it's all good. I'm under the impression, though, that if they were going to make that deal, they would have done it already. Because as soon as Bogarts left, at least from what they said today, as soon as Bogarts left, Story was getting ready to be the shortstop.
I have to disagree with you, Liam, only because...
You don't trust anything that comes out of that front office's mouth.
Well, no, not that. I don't think that there's any. If we've learned one thing through Heim, and I'm not even being funny or whatever, he operates with basically no urgency whatsoever. Like it's
you're working on Heim's time, baby.
They're checking every box. They're quintuple checking everything. So I don't agree
Heim
that
Bloom
it would have been done already.
He would be a sloth.
Yes. So,
sloth, baby.
I don't necessarily agree that it would have been done already because.
Should we Photoshop a picture of a sloth at a computer? Like he's got like the Fangraphs page up and like a calculator in one hand.
Well, we could do the one in Zootopia. He's already at a computer.
Good point.
Perfect.
Well, that's taking the easy way.
All 2023 right, Red Sloths.
Ooh. The Red Sloths. I kind of like that. It flows off the tongue.
Yeah, why not?
Red Sloths. You are the only. You are the slowly.
I would say though, like I'm starting to feel at least, I'll say 65% sure that your opening day shortstop will be Elvis Andrus.
Oh, stop it!
I think I think if you're gonna go that way, you'll just go get Iglesias. At least the vibes are there.
Right? Yeah.
We know what he offers.
And dude, that dude loves Boston so much he stuck around just to hang out in the playoffs. I mean, that he literally couldn't play, but he stayed around to push the cart and laugh.
He did help Christian Arroyo with that bunt in the ALDS.
Yeah.
Also,
forget that.
Yeah,
that's right. But no, I'd love to see Iggy back, but it also makes me sad at the same time.
It's sort of like a Kevin Pilecki situation. Yeah, he's good for the vibes, but absolutely not. Stay off of the baseball field.
No,
with the rest
see,
of the
no,
team.
give Iggy a
at least
little
has
credit,
glove.
Fitz.
He
Come
at least
on.
has a glove.
He can provide
Iggy-
something of value.
Iggy is at least worth positive WAR. Let's. I mean,
was
come
at
on.
least.
I mean, like he was swinging a wet noodle.
Actually, funny. B-War, Iggy and Plecki were worth the same exact WAR last year, but one was positive and one was negative. It was 1.2.
Huh?
There you go.
So
They're making the mirror impacts on the game.
yeah,
I just like to imagine
that's
Iggy
actually
coming out.
crazy. Plecki only played in.
Okay, bye, Liam. Bye, Liam. Just like went up to walk and get.
Plecki only had 186 plate appearances, and he was worth negative 1.2 WAR. That is miserable.
Can't say he doesn't make an impact.
No,
He's an impact player.
that is so bad.
He's made exactly 1.2 impacts.
Yeah.
I like to imagine Iggy coming out of the dugout during the playoffs in 21. Just got like a bag of popcorn or some peanuts or something like that. Just popping them in his mouth. Hey guys, what's going on?
Liam, did somebody just get murdered outside?
What is happening?
I'm not really sure what's happening out there. I'm
Well, why
going
don't
to
you
take a quick look.
Can you?
Okay,
take a quick look.
Fitz, when you edit this, jack that scream up. There was just a blood curdling scream outside.
I
Liam's
think
window.
it came through perfectly fine as I was doing that little Iglesias bit there.
Okay, I hope.
I'll
I hope.
make note of it.
I hope everybody's all right.
All right. We get called in to offer testimony.
Yeah, we.
I
heard
don't
it.
know. I don't know what's going on. There's this huge line trying to get in Gate A on Jersey Street, and I think it's just a bunch of like kids.
Is it high school hockey games?
It could be. It sounds like.
well, yeah.
Are they using the rink?
Yeah, I think so.
They must be.
I think there's
okay.
a ton of games this week.
That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, right.
Well,
High school kid being out
they
there.
are rowdy. They are rambunctious out there.
The bomb squad. That's what we used to call the fans.
At your high school.
Yeah.
The bomb squad. You were investigated whenever you had to go to
Before
a
I was
road
cut
game.
down in my prime. I was a star.
Well, he actually you did have shoulder issues, wasn't it, Jake?
I did. I had two. I had both. Labrums were torn.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could have been a contender. Yeah, Liam's gonna have to mute.
just screaming going on out there.
They're high school kids.
They're horny.
Random
They're
shit.
drunk and horny out there.
Definitely horny. Maybe not drunk. Definitely horny.
I'd say a good amount of those kids are probably drunk.
With their dad's vodka, they think they could pour like a little bit more into the bottle.
It's
In
still
a
water bottle.
baggie taped their leg.
Yes, yeah. They can't frisk you there, man. They can't. Do we want to do a little fish talk?
Yeah, I guess we should. I was going to say, I mean, it could also be an angry mob outside my apartment, too.
Fish? I'm sorry.
As
What?
in marlins and whatnot. Because it seems like a
do we
smoking fire
I mean,
situation here.
Those
I mean,
Florida
sure.
fish.
We don't
You know
have
what?
to do
You know what? I'll say no. I fucking hate talking about this. They're not trading. They're not trading Casas. I don't care.
I don't think they are either.
I think
They could-
that is such a foolish thing to even enter. I would need
other players that they could trade.
I would need Jazz or Sandy straight up. I don't even know. I think
You are
there's
getting
nobody
laughed
on that
off the phone
roster
with that. As much as I
Well-
like Casas.
I wouldn't trade Casas for anybody else on that roster.
Jake, you're going to get Miguel Rojas, and you're going to like it.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, right.
That'd be horrific.
Joey
I mean,
Wendell loves in your face.
Oh yeah. Also, I am not interested in Joey Wendell. Frankly, I think that's a weird move too.
Gets on base.
Left-handed middle infielder.
I don't know. Christian Arroyo does what Joey Wendell does.
No, Christian Arroyo's a better
I
bat.
Yeah, well, there you go. I mean, I just don't.
Again, Wendell historically gets on base, and
How's
has
Wendell's
some
D? Is he
defensive-
like known? I'm
I mean, he
ignorant.
plays second, short, and third.
I'm ignorant on that.
So it's good enough, you would imagine, to
Yeah.
play a couple different infield positions.
Oh, brother.
I mean, it reeks of Heim Bloom, former Ray.
Oh, this
so.
guy sucks. How was he an all-star in 21?
He had a really good first half, dude.
He finished
I
the year with
remember
a
I had him in
741 OPS.
Yeah, then he was dog shit. I had him in fantasy. He was a good
God.
plug and play sort of a guy.
Oh Jesus, he's a free agent after this year. What are we doing?
Yeah, you can have the.
I have no interest in the Red Sox acquiring anybody that's a free agent after this year.
Even if it's just like a dirt cheap sort of a.
Jake is tired of the 1 and 2 year deals.
I am. Fucking build something.
Well, they're building something. They're building a sandcastle. It'll go away after a little bit. It'll look great maybe to start, but it's got to go away.
I wrote about this for Over the Monster when, in
Which
between
go follow us on Over the Monster, SB Nation affiliated site.
In between the Devers extension report and today, which was 6 days, I wrote this in between there. So most of it's null now, but but still go read it. Give us the page views. I said that the plan, it's cool on one end that the only money they have committed is Whitlock, Yoshi, and Devers after 24. And that's cool, but I think at a certain point, that's only 2 years away. You need some more blocks here if you're going to build something. Extend Casas, extend Bayo, today.
Let's see what Casas could end up. I don't think it's going to happen.
In Miami? Is that what you're going to say?
No, I was going to say he could just end up stinking, and then if you lock him up for 8 years, then what? Then what?
He was great.
At that point, you're what? You're just paying for 2 extra years, though, right?
Would you give him 8?
You're full on paying.
What are the Braves? What's the number the Braves?
You're in the arbitration. If he sucks, then you're massively overpaying the arbitration along with his rookie years. Not to be the
see what he does.
The bootlicking owner guy, but that's the reality of the situation. If he shows it for half a season, then do something similar to what happened with Michael Harris with Atlanta. I'm not saying that he has to be the rookie of the year in the American League, but if he shows you what he's got for 4 months, then eat the rest of his rookie eligibility money, eat the rest of his arbitration. If it means that you can kind of get some stability there, you can lock in the first baseman for 8 years or so or something like that. You know what I mean? I think that makes sense. But I want to see him consistently show it with a wider sample size. I liked what I saw to end 2022, to start his career, end 2022. Good plate discipline. We all saw that. Once he starts connecting, I think he's really going to start developing or producing rather very well.
He's got a glove too, Fitz. Don't forget that. He's got a glove.
Again, don't over.
No, I cannot overstate how important that is now.
You're talking about
my whole life I watched Moneyball, and they were like, the scene. You guys know the scene.
It's incredibly hard to play first base,
my whole life I was like, I think most professional baseball players could probably figure it out.
Turns out no.
Turns out no.
You're talking about
watched, who have I... You know what's crazy? Other than Mitch Moreland, the best defensive first baseman the Red Sox have had in the last decade is who?
Decade. I thought you were talking just
it's probably Mike Napoli.
Oh, 100%.
Steve Pierce was all right with the glove, right?
Yeah.
I don't.
How bad could he have been compared to who's been there?
Think of Hanley, Dahlbeck, Christian Arroyo when he tore his groin on the first ball thrown to him.
Do we count Adrian Gonzalez?
That was my. I was gonna say he obviously Tim, but after that,
yeah. Oh, after that, I didn't hear that one. You're
with Uke and Gonzalez.
Yeah, that stability there. And again, Minkiewicz in 04 was
our corner infield defense in the late 2000s was unbelievable. You go Beltre, Lowell, Euclid, Gonzalez. My heavens.
Yeah. Now hope
what
you're. I guess going forward it'll be Devers and Casas, which is really good. But again, you're talking about the team whose fan base gave a standing ovation to Kyle Schwarber after he had a 3 unassisted or a 3-1 in a playoff game.
Yeah, I miss him.
yeah, that was fun.
You guys ever think? I think my biggest what if in not the history of the Red Sox, but during my fandom, my life, it's not even a what if because I'm pretty okay with how things turned out, but I still to this day wish they just re-signed Beltre and then gave Rizzo first base in a year. And just let you play first for a couple more years. That would have been perfect.
See, I agree with the Beltre take because it still keeps me up at night. But Gonzalez, man, he was the real deal. I mean, people forget. That
Only
dude
for
was,
1 year, though.
He was fine in 2012 too.
I think
He wasn't as good because he complained about hurting his shoulder during the home run.
Yeah, he
derby.
like kind of like mentally checked out too. Like
but
didn't
no,
have the
that
dog
dude was so good. He did not have the dog in him. That's
he
for
was
sure.
really good though.
But
I mean, he
God.
was 11. He was great, but 12 on, he was. I mean, he never got above an 810 OPS.
I mean, the 8-year extension they gave him as soon as he signed wouldn't have aged well. But
it didn't, quite frankly.
No.
It just at all. Period.
2015, he made an All-Star game. He had kind of a 1 year little resurgence there. That was it, though. Huh.
Yeah, San Diego, Adrian.
He lost all his power towards the end,
and the whole thing was, he'll be hitting him over the monster. He'll be spraying the monster, and that's where his home runs will come from. And no,
he does credit Ortiz with. Or Ortiz does credit him with saving his career, though. So maybe it was all worth it.
I mean, he was another guy that's like a hitting guru, you know?
Yeah,
like
Ortiz
JD.
says because Ortiz. What year was Ortiz like fucked? 10?
9 and 10 was really where it got.
And
ugly.
he says Gonzalez got there and they hit together, and he like reinvigorated him or whatever.
Because Gonzalez could go the other way.
So we got a World Series out of it.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
good.
trading 13 for anything. Sorry.
Yeah, again, you could talk about what if we had Adrian Beltre, Adrian Gonzalez? What if we had Anthony? You could talk all.
Here's one. Would you trade 13 for 15 years each of Mookie, Devers, and Bogarts?
No.
Banner's hand forever. I don't think
that's
could.
I think.
Well, but we still win 18 in that scenario.
Yeah, that's okay.
I don't know. I might take it, man. That's 3 generational talents.
13 was such a gift.
13's so funny in hindsight.
And it was so special to the city.
Such
How can you take that away,
ass
man?
team to win a champion. I stand by. I think it's the worst team to ever win a championship in baseball.
2006 Cardinals.
No, we've had this argument on here, but
they
I
had
still
Hall of
disagree.
Famers.
They were. Oh yeah, they ended up being Hall of Famers. Yeah, Pujols was a monster. The team won like 84 games. Come on.
I don't know, man. Pujols, Roland, and Edmonds is. I think they're all better than those.
Yeah, so good that they couldn't even scrap 90 wins together.
Okay, whatever. If it's.
I'll
tell you what. Chris Carpenter was in his bag that year.
Yeah. Oh, he carried him, didn't he?
Yeah. Wow.
His bad goalie.
Yeah, he was literally their only good starter, though, which is funny.
Probably why they only won like 82 games or however many it was.
This rotation is horrid, actually.
Let's hear it. Kyle Lotion there.
Chris Carpenter, Jeff
Jared
Suppan,
Weaver's brother in there.
Jeff Suppan.
Yes, Jeff Weaver is on here.
Jeff Weaver, there he is.
Weaver.
Anthony Reyes, Mark Mulder.
Mark Mulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Jason Marquis.
Jason Marquis.
Literally the only one with
He could have stayed in Colorado.
Literally the only one with a positive ERA plus was Carpenter. Everybody else was in like the 80s and the 60s.
That's brutal.
Excuse me. Jeff Suppan had a 108 ERA plus.
Okay.
So 8% better than the average bear.
All right. Well, okay, Fitz. Let me go. Is there a way to like?
That's what it is. That's the stat. That's how it works. It's 8% better than league average.
It's true.
All right.
For those who don't know. While Jake looks up that stat.
Yeah. Batting.
Okay.
Batting.
Just cut the ad read tease, Mr. Wallinger. Fine. You're the new king over there. Huh?
Go ahead.
Let's listen to some ads. Is that fine with you, Jake? Can we listen to some ads?
That's fine. Yeah,
Let's listen to some ads. Is it good for us to come back now, Jake? Can we come back onto the program?
We can, yes.
All right. What were you going to say?
I was going to say Ortiz was the only really great hitter on the 13 Sox. And then okay. Yeah, no.
Victorino was a monster that year.
We had better pitching for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have Jason Marquis going,
Guys,
that's very good. But...
Guys, can you tell me what Koji Uehara's ERA plus was this season, the 2013 season?
I'm going to guess 289.
Repeat yourself separately.
289. 289.
275.
All right, you ready? 379.
Oh my!
That's insane.
Oh my god!
Crazy.
He was the best there ever was.
Just nightly.
Just do
three up, three
just do
down.
the typical ERA breakdown. How many innings did he pitch? How many earned runs did he give up?
He pitched 74.1 innings,
which is a lot for a reliever.
He gave up 9 earned runs.
Jesus!
Oh my god!
101 strikeouts.
Oh my god!
He had
special.
He had a whip of .565.
Oh my god!
A FIP of 1.61. Yeah. He was special.
It's so funny. He was
not an all-star.
I think we failed him in the final vote that year. We kind of suck at that.
He did get a all-star the next year, though, I think out of respect.
Yeah, that was it
was out of respect.
You know why? Yeah.
him and Jeter that year.
I was at Jeter's last game, fun fact.
Oh.
At Fenway or just in general?
Yeah, at Fenway.
Oh, where they brought out the band and
yeah. Do you guys know who he hit his last hit over? A little chopper. Do you know the player?
It was Buckles.
No, wrong. Oh well, kind of. Who was playing third?
Oh, who was playing? Oh, Sandoval.
Nope. You'll never get this.
Okay, so not like Middlebrooks.
It's 2014.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a really good one.
Oh shit.
Mike Carp.
Nope.
I don't think he even played third.
You ready? You ready? It's a deep
no.
cut.
This is gonna bother me. Give me there was like some middle infielder.
Liam's like that scene of Benedict Cumberbatch.
All right, Liam, I'm gonna say it.
Just get it to me.
Garen Cicchini.
Oh no, never would have gotten that.
Genuinely don't even remember him. I'd like to.
So I have a funny story about him.
Garen Cicchini. You're making that up. That's a bit.
His brother was a Mets
Fitz, he was like our top prospect.
I don't remember him at
all. I remember he like crushed in Double-A.
So I have a funny story about him, Fitz. You might have to cut this. I don't know. You can be the judge.
All right.
So at 2014 Red Sox winter weekend, so this was the first one. 2014 Red Sox winter weekend. Or maybe it was 5th. Yeah, okay, it was after the 14 season. That's what it was. So it was like January 2015. And they were doing a Q&A. It was like Mookie, someone, and Garen Cicchini were like the three guys in the room. And somebody asked a question. I forget what it was. It was like something about something in the minors. And Cicchini went off on he told a story, and then he talked about the like goofy alternate jerseys you wear in the minors. And he goes, yeah, we look like a bunch of retards out there.
Oh, yeah.
The whole room was like, just.
Can he say that?
It was the funniest shit. No one knew what to do. The whole room froze.
Oh, that's fucking
funny. It was so funny.
That's legitimately shocking, right? He thought he killed with that.
Yeah, he kind of like just sped up talking after he like realized he was like, yeah. So then anyway, we looked real silly. It was so funny.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh God, jeez. John Henry, you instantly see like a red dot on his chest. It's John Henry in the back.
Oh, here's Hyman's latest tweet. With Trevor Story out a while in Boston, potential free agent fits include Elvis Andrus, Jose Iglesias, and Josh Harrison. Liam, weren't you leading the Josh Harrison bandwagon?
No, I was.
Oh, you were against it.
I was adamant.
Okay.
If that happens, I'm out.
That's it? After all this?
This is my breaking point.
All right.
That's the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Is this all there is?
Bryce, I'm gonna look up Josh Harrison's numbers from recent years because they are.
I would take Iggy. I don't care. He can play D. He can hit like a little. If we're going Band-Aid instead of a real fix here. which it sounds like we are.
It's a bridge year.
It is.
It is a bridge year.
We're going to watch Brian Bayo and Garrett Whitlock become aces, and we're going to watch Tristan Casas turn into Paul Goldschmidt. And that
was supposed to be
and that's what this year's all about.
Sam Travis. Did you guys ever see that Heyman tweet?
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
Where he's like, one scout said to me, Sam Travis looks like the next Paul Goldschmidt.
Well, I was going to say Joey Votto. I knew it was a really good first baseman, but yeah.
I wish.
Same idea.
Do you think he'll leave Cincinnati?
Votto? At this point, no.
Nah, I think he's a career player.
Tragic.
That sucks.
He deserves so much better.
That really blows for him.
I think his chance to leave, what was it, in 2021, he had that absurdly hot month or two.
God,
right?
He was special in his
time. Yeah, he was really, really good.
He still is.
Hall of Famer.
Right?
Yeah, he's not really, though.
He's kind of Yeah.
Well, 21, he was definitely still a very, very good. He was not great. This last year, he was kind of bad, unfortunately.
Oh, he's also hurt.
Yeah.
He's an old man. I'll cut him some
how
slack.
old is he? Oh, God, he's 39. I thought he was a little younger.
Yeah, he's real old.
Oh, this is his last year on his deal, too. Huh.
Well, if the Red Sox play really poorly, there's some good news at least while you're watching.
We've got a lot of well, hold on. I said this last year, and look how that turned out. Were you going to talk about our trade chips, Fitz?
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead then.
I was going to talk about Nesson. I was going to say that Tony Maz won't be there to commentate during it because he's not going to be. He has not been invited back to be a broadcaster on Nesson.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Did you want to talk about trade chips though? We can put the Nesson thing.
No, I've talked about 21 enough or 22 as far as fucking up that deadline by not selling. And the one good thing about all these 1 and 2 year deals is if we suck ass this year, I'm totally cool with Turner, Kenley
down.
Just strip. I mean, everybody but the three guys, but the three guys you're paying, and then Bayo, Casas, and I guess Verdugo.
Sure.
Go get. I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
My thing when it comes to the problem with the whole organization top to bottom as it currently stands, when they try to go out and make a trade, yes, they have some high level prospects, but there's still not really depth to the system yet, which is the problem.
Yeah.
So that's why the Marlins are asking for Casas. That's why you keep hearing Blyce and Rafaela. Heim has done his job in terms of rebuilding the farm system, but there's still
So on Sox prospects, the big three is Meyer, Casas, and Blyce. I would basically under no circumstances trade any of those three.
No, I think you have to protect those guys.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I think I got to imagine they trade Rafaela. I just think it seems like. Well, here's a question for you guys. I was thinking about this the other day. Say they trade Rafaela for whatever, pitching, something. They trade him this week. If Kike has a good year this year, do you think they bring him back?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
You think so? A 3-year deal or something, he kind of ups his value again and give him 3 years or something?
Right.
I'd probably just do another 2 years.
Yeah.
Well, I think if he has a good year, he could get more.
I think he's 32, years. Right?
I think that's right.
I don't know. He loves it here.
He does, right? And
he does.
That though. Dude went to the fucking Winter Classic.
He's the team ambassador right now.
Right, and the thing, helped get Turner.
Yeah, that's
And the thing is with the nature of these short-term contracts, you're going to consistently have to be plug holes back after contracts expire. It's not like he's going to 100% age like fine wine as he gets older, but he could still be a productive player into his mid-30s. Solid defensively, as we've said before today, and he has those crazy good jolts of offense from time to time. But again, it's just a matter of just plugging in holes, more band-aids as opposed to, long-term solutions. Although as he gets into his mid-30s, and if we hold on to some younger guys, he could be a good bench option towards the end of that, that second extension, that second 2-year extension, hypothetically, at the end of this contract. So,
yeah,
first things first, don't put the, put the cart before the horse.
No, I know. I was just, because, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get so depressed. It's so depressing, all of it right now. It's like I said, it's over again. You guys want to talk about death?
So we could just skip the Nesson talk.
Oh, right. Yeah. I don't have anything really original to say on that front, but sure.
Matt stinks. I like Mike Monaco. I like Dave O'Brien, but I do think he's better on the radio. Yuka's awesome.
I don't like O'Brien.
There you go. At all.
I'll give you my rundown. O'Brien, don't like him. Monaco's really great. He should be the full-time guy. Monaco, Yuka's a great pairing. That should be the full-time pairing all the time. Millar love the guy, love everything he's done. He's way too annoying to be on to be a color analyst. Wake is opposite problem. He's one of the most boring men ever. Don't they have one more? Oh, Middlebrook. I did like Middlebrooks. If you can't go, I would like it to be Middlebrooks most of the time. That's where I'm at. Thanks.
Yeah, I would agree. Monaco. # Team Monaco.
Team Monaco.
There should be like Monaco Mondays. Nesson just gives them the Monday night game. That would be fun.
Well, we don't play on a lot of Mondays, so.
That's probably true too. Dave O'Brien's going to suggest it.
Yeah.
So yeah, little death talk.
Yeah. So, are you guys afraid of death?
I am very afraid of death, personally. My own death. Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I waffle.
It's gotten better for me. Not to cut you off, but I think it's gotten better for me. I think it's gotten better for me over the years, but there's still in the back of my mind, whether it's myself or anyone close to me, just, time randomly, just, time being cut short. That does scare me. I would say I'm not scared of a ton of things. That definitely scares me.
What's your guys' biggest fear?
Death, I would say. I think it is.
Oh. Liam?
That or star players being traded before they turn 26. But
yeah, Rafael Devers
would be death,
being traded. No, I don't know. I mean, I think I just try to avoid thinking about death. Quite honestly,
easier said than done. And again, I think I get better at it, but there are times where I'm just like, oh, fuck, like it creeps back in. So, obviously there's nothing. I mean, it's not like what are you gonna do? Just what are you prepared to do about it? Like there's nothing I could do about it, and I think that's part of why it makes it so scary for me. There is nothing I could do about it. And
but
someone would say, well,
what
you just
are you
accept
do?
It from there.
What are
you going to do? Again, there's two ways of looking at it. And I try to take that outlook on a lot of things, understanding things that you can and can't control. But it's scary to know that that's one of the ones you can't. And it's so permanent and it is so impactful. And, whoever it is, for a lot of people, myself included, if someone close to me passed, I would be not happy. Obviously, but no, that is yeah, I'd say that's probably my biggest fear.
Mine's male pattern baldness.
I do. I'm with
like
Jacob.
I'm not being funny.
I'm terrified of losing.
I mean, I'm being a little funny, but that's like a genuine, real fear I have.
I understand that. Like, I feel like I'm already starting to lose some of my hair, and I don't like that. I mean, the timing of that was impeccable, though.
I have a widow's peak, but the actual hairline is pretty intact.
No, that's strong.
Yeah.
Liam, how are you looking with that?
I think I'm all right.
Yeah, you're good.
See, I need a haircut this week.
Let's check it out.
Mine's kind of all over the place.
Let's check it out. Okay.
I heard Jake go okay. I took my headphones off.
Yeah, well, you kind of have the. Well, actually, yours is even more of a peak than mine is.
Yeah, I definitely got a widow's peak.
Well, so I texted you guys this as far as death goes, but I I say it as a joke, but it actually is a very comforting statement to me. Is when when Livia dies in well, they say it all the time, but that episode, Tony says, "What are you gonna do?" And that's like their go-to when somebody dies. But I find an immense amount of comfort in that, even if it is funny. It's like literally, what are you gonna do? You can't. There's nothing. You could do nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, and you carry on. And that's
I do feel like that takes a lot of pressure off things.
It does,
like,
whatever. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? No sense in.
Again, I get that, and I do try to, take that outlook on a lot of things. It just, and I don't know, I think with something like death, for me personally, I think that is something easier said than putting into practice. Of course, there's nothing you could do about it. What are you going to do? Nothing. Grieve in your way. It just sucks. And I'm lucky enough that I still have, I still have 3 of my I technically have 2 of my grandparents. I didn't meet one of my grandfathers because my mom was like 17 years old. But my Nana remarried. I've known him my entire life. That's, essentially my grandfather. But at some point that time's going to come, and at some point
washed
those
now.
other ones going to come down.
I'm out.
You're
out of grandparents.
Yeah, I'm over now.
Yeah,
I'm
me
cleaned
too.
out. Are you?
I've been out for a couple years now.
Yeah, I'm cleaned out. Cabinet's empty.
Yeah. And then then time just goes on from there. It's other people. It's just, I don't know. It I struggle with it from time to time. I wish it could be as easy sometimes as what are you going to do? But
I appreciate your honesty and your openness.
Yeah, it is one of the. There's nothing you can change about it. And we were talking about this in the group chat.
Fitz, but actually, grow up and be a man. How's that?
Stop being a baby back bitch for me next time.
Quit worrying about it.
If a loved one of yours dies, simply shrug it off.
Whatever, get over it.
The John Mulaney bit, bury the boy. Yep, get it out. And speaking of Irish, we were talking about this in the group chat. Not that, I think I clearly outlined that I'm not a fan of death. If there's one good thing being Irish Catholic and having someone die,
to be a fan of death.
Talk to Phoebe.
I don't think anybody's a fan of it.
Are there death stands on Twitter?
Yeah, right. But the after, we were talking about this, like the after a funeral beer is one of the best beers you can have. It's just like, okay, we've all been in the same boat together, the same boat of shit for like a week and a half, however long it is, right? To go through all the services, pay all the respects, things like that.
Jews do it in like 72 hours.
Yeah, Jews get it over and done with.
All business.
In and out. Which I envy that.
All business. Yeah, you better believe. Liam, that's anti-Semitic, my friend.
I didn't mean it like that.
All business, all money.
Liam's invited
all media.
To wars.
I'm gonna have to write an apology in my notes app.
All weather.
But no, Jewish people get it over and done with. Catholics, my God, we string it out so long. Great way to get out of work.
So much,
but
I hate it so much.
Yeah,
it's so much better the way Jews do it.
It's just so much dread for like a week and a half, and that's what makes the after reception. After go home from the funeral home.
I'm gonna crush some penne alla vodka. The place we're going.
Mm-hmm. Good food, and it's just that you can start laughing, and that's more of like a celebration of life of the person that you lost. Like when my grandfather passed in 18, those beers afterwards, just like reminiscing over the good times. That was what is cathartic the word? I don't know. It was.
No, that's the word.
That's when I was like, okay, it is going to be okay. It is fine. Again, and you have a support system around you. You have people, who can relate to that grief and shit like that. I'm not being poetic right now. I'm saying a lot of uhs and so's and things like that. But no, again, the post funeral beer. The first time I bring that up to people every now and again, I've mentioned that point every so often. People are like, "What are you talking about? The post funeral beer?" I'm like, I don't want you to experience it, and I'm not wishing that upon a loved one of yours. But
you gotta try it. You gotta try it.
The Miller lattes taste just a little bit colder and more crisp after someone you were very close with passes away. Yeah, those are.
Does Jenna Ortega do it for you guys?
I'd say so.
Yeah, I just saw a tweet at the.
I have to be very careful. How old is she?
Ooh,
20.
Wait. Yeah, if
21.
it's maybe hold the fort.
She's definitely over.
Oh, she's
18.
20. Okay.
Okay.
I'm 27 now. Is it weird?
No, I mean,
if you
it
and I
might
are
be
in the
weird,
27
but it's
club.
not.
We're getting
It's
into
not
some age
illegal.
gap discourse here.
No, did you guys
God.
libertarians on Lansdowne?
Age of consent experts on lands.
What's next? You need a license to make toast in your own damn toaster?
No.
Hell no! Did you guys watch Wednesday? I have no
did not.
desire personally.
I watched the first episode and haven't gone back since.
It didn't stick with you.
I thought it was good. Like if I tried to restart it.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure
not a
I'd
huge
finish
Tim
it,
Burton
but
guy personally. I think he's kind of a fucking weirdo freak.
It is.
Got some of that
it's a
whimsical
little-
I mean, he
Well,
is. That's not a unique take or anything.
That's his
Not-
bit. That's his whole.
Yeah, I'm
that's
not.
his appeal.
It's not for me.
You're the first person to say it,
Yeah,
Jake.
it's not for me. So.
Not
We're all
a
thinking
Beetlejuice guy.
I enjoy
Yeah, I
Beetlejuice.
mean, I like Beetlejuice. I like.
Edward Scissorhands was he?
No, I don't like Edward Scissorhands.
That feels like it's up his alley.
Yeah, he did Edward Scissorhands.
Scissor hands. One scissor, multiple hands.
Two scissors.
No, it's scissor hands.
What?
It's right. Is this Berenstain Bears situation? It's scissor.
No.
hands.
Well, no, but both his hands are scissors.
Yes,
Or
yeah, but
scissors.
the title is Edward.
Oh
Scissor
yeah.
Hands.
Correct. Yes, correct.
Yes, he has multiple scissors as appendages, hands, but his proper name is Edward Scissorhands.
I'll tell you what though,
his father was
Winona Ryder.
Ulysses Scissorhands.
That's prime Winona Ryder though. That's good stuff.
True.
Yeah, Winona Ryder in her day.
Yeah, she was special.
Also special. Yes,
Pretty special.
she was special.
That was that. I wonder if that was pre or post Winona shoplifting.
I think that was like 03.
Oh, it had,
so it was,
had to
to
have been
pre.
before.
Okay.
Winona shoplifting was like 02, 03, 04 around that time. If I recall correctly. If memory serves.
2001. She shoplifted.
One.
Why'd she
Where
do that,
was it?
guys?
What was she?
where did that happen?
Let me. Ryder was okay. Here we go. In Beverly Hills, she was accused of stealing $5,000 worth of designer clothes and accessories at Saks Fifth Ave.
Talking
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah, that's where you do it.
I'm cutting this now because I don't want to sound like I'm explaining a joke. But if it was in New York, in 2000, I was gonna say,
okay.
that would have been made big news that
Sir, another Winona Ryder has.
Has hit Saks Fifth Ave.
year. Yeah, no, she was special.
Yeah, she's special. Yeah.
Hopper.
Who,
That's my impression.
I
of her.
still think she is cute when they don't make her look like a weird freak as Joyce.
I agree.
Oh, come on, Hop.
Hop, and she does like that dumb fucking voice. Yeah.
Her lips do like a 360 around.
Yeah. Well, they also give her the worst haircut. I mean, they definitely ugly her for Stranger Things.
That's the verb. They ugly her. That's what
They do. They ugly her. Sorry.
and they uglier for folks, don't they?
What's like? Yeah. She's Winona Ryder is what's the Lisa's rival? Is that the one? That's her.
Yeah, or is it Bart's crush there? No, that's
No.
who's Bart's crush girlfriend?
No, Bart's
The
crush
older-
is the girl that moves in next door.
and the babysitter's 2 years older.
Yeah.
Who was that? That's not Winona Ryder.
No, that's fuck. I'll tell you what. I had a crush on that girl.
Which girl? The cartoon girl?
Yeah, not Winona Ryder's character, but the one oh it's Ruth Powers' daughter, right?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
Relative.
Yeah, I'm no help
Laura Powers. That's Bart who had the crush on her.
So you didn't have a crush on Laura Powers. You had a crush on the cartoon character portrayed by Laura Powers.
No. Laura Powers is the character.
You had a crush on the character.
I did. Yes. That's
Okay, there. Just wanted to.
She was voiced
confirm.
by Sarah Gilbert. Who are you? Oh, she was on Roseanne. Oh, she was the daughter on Roseanne. That's who that is.
I never watched Roseanne.
She was Darlene Cooper.
I would fall asleep to it on Nick at Night after like Full House ended.
Roseanne, big bootstraps. Big bootstraps.
Yeah. Oh, Conan wrote this episode, if anybody's wondering.
You're talking
New
cartoon
kid,
crushes
Season
now?
4, Episode 8. New Kid on the Block. Oh,
There you go.
She's in love with Jimbo. It was devastating.
It was very sad, folks.
Jimbo, they're making out on the couch. Bart comes downstairs. If you were in that position, Bart, he had to have been beside himself.
Yeah.
You know?
Body going
I
through
could imagine.
changes. doesn't
You
know
ever
what
have
to
a
do.
crush on a babysitter?
I never did.
Oh sure.
No, Fitz. What?
Yeah, get out of here.
What
He's
was
lying.
were your parents just bringing around threes to watch you? How do you not have a crush on a babysitter your entire life?
I didn't have a crush on my babysitter. What
Did
can
you
I
have
say?
babysitters?
I did from time to time. It was also like, half the
raised
time, like
himself.
my uncle would watch me or something like that. I didn't have a
Whoa!
yeah, right. Yeah,
Whoa!
yeah, right. Yeah, no, I was not crushing hard there.
All right. Well,
Uh-huh.
Liam, you?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
Do we want to wrap there
Yeah, sure.
on the babysitter talk, or do you want to keep going into?
No, I
cartoon
think we
crushes,
covered
Jake?
a lot of ground today. It was good stuff.
I think so. Yeah. The shift from death to Jenna Ortega discourse.
It was abrupt. Hey,
Well,
what are you gonna
you
do?
know,
we could say it's kind of like, oh, she's Wednesday, and it's like Addams Family. It's real big on like death and
Creepy
stuff.
crawly, yeah.
Creepy crawly, yeah.
So
I like Thing, little hand.
I like Fester.
Isn't who plays him in Wednesday?
In the new one, it's
what?
Fred
Is-
Armisen.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
it was a funny.
Is cousin It in the show? I would watch it if he's in there. I don't think he is though.
Maybe he's a season 2 reveal. They got to keep some stuff in the chamber.
mid-credit tease.
That's true.
Um,
Mid-credit tease.
he's not. He's not in Wednesday.
Cousin It. That's my hero.
Yeah. That's totally what they're doing. I hate shows that. It's whatever. It's like in all the Marvel shows, they don't get their cool costume until the last episode. It's like you'll wait for Cousin It. Season 2, you get Cousin It.
It'll just be post-credit teaser of, doesn't he wear like a little hat?
Yeah, it's just his hat being like
you'll see
picked up
you'll
off
see
a
him
rack
pick up.
with like the hairy.
Yes.
And if 50 million people don't watch
Cousin
it on
It,
the
I'd
first
like to
weekend,
talk to you
no one's
about
gonna-
the Addams Family Initiative.
There was an idea.
There was an idea. So
you
wait, so
guys
Fitz, who's
watch
your
the,
favorite? Who's your favorite Addams Family member?
I was never much of an Addams Family guy. What's the name of the mom? Morticia?
Yeah, she's bad as hell.
Yeah.
Who plays
so,
her?
How about her?
In the
Whoever
new one,
plays
it's
her in Wednesday-
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Ooh.
Special.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
special. Very
Morticia. Or
There's
Morticia Addams.
Gomez and Morticia are the main, like, husband and wife.
Parents.
There's Pugsley, who's wait, yeah, okay, that's their kid. Does he have anything?
Yeah, that's the
like,
son.
Yeah, he's
I
just
don't
like
know
a
if he
guy.
does anything. I think like Wednesday just terrorizes him.
Yeah, then there's Wednesday. We all know Wednesday. Uncle Fester, who's bald. There's Grandmama, who's just kind of like a classic, like weird freak. Lurch. I like Lurch.
Which one's Lurch?
He looks like Frankenstein, kind of.
Oh, okay. All right, I know
Yeah.
who you're talking about.
And then there's Thing, and then Cousin It.
Love Cousin It.
God, I mean, that's what a fun group of people, huh?
No. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I know
All
the
right,
song.
I'm gonna get wait. Final thing. You must know who voiced Cousin It in the 2 recent animated Addams Family films.
Oh no.
Who's that?
It was Snoop Dogg.
Dude, Snoop.
I'm gonna
it's-
make that meme where it's like Snoop Dogg says only one person's outsmoked him. It's Cousin It.
It's Cousin It.
Have we done that with Smiley? I think we have.
I think we have.
I have to imagine we have.
It's malpractice if we haven't.
Yeah.
Man. All right, do we want to call it there?
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, for Liam, for Jake, I'm Fitz. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Pod/Death on Lansdowne. We will talk to you next week. Go Sox. Go life. Not go death. Go life.
No.
Now let it
While
happen.
all you are here cheering for go Red Sox and go other baseball teams, I'm cheering go
Cheering
life,
for life.
Go Jesus in the sanctity of life. Take care, folks. Go Sox.